Hola, hola, hola con todos. ¿Cómo están? How's my community? How's my Spanish hacker community? How is everybody doing today? I'm extremely excited. Today we have a really a special event and show. This show is our 10th show, so we're bringing you a lot of good stuff, a lot of good things. But before I tell you more about it, I think I'm gonna introduce somebody that needs no presentation, somebody that is my butt and everything, my friend, my partner in crime, Luis Benalcázar. How you doing, Luis?
Hey Diego, how you doing, my friend? Boom! What's happening, Spanish Hackers Community? Hoy tenemos un evento genial que va a marcar la diferencia. So if you guys really know the power of copywriting, this is your episode. So we're gonna talk today about copy your way to more sales with the Copy Queen. Episode number 10. That's awesome. I'm so pumped that we are on episode number 10. Who will believe that? So from the beginning of mankind, the power of words has transcended until nowadays. Copywriting, guys, is extremely important to convert. There's a lot of strategies. I will highly recommend you to go and practice or improve your skills with the copywriting, or find the expert definitely in these skills. Today we have a special guest. It's Valerie Castellanos. She is the copy queen. We love to have her here. She's from New York. Now she's living in Pennsylvania with her husband and 4 kids. She's been a stay-home mom for the last 10 years, as well as a business owner. She has started a food truck, The Twisted Dog, while in New York, and then moving into the e-commerce world, selling on Amazon, where she was introduced to sales copy. This led her to start her own traffic agency, like Castell Media, we're going to talk more about it. And she specializes in converting new leads and new customers through the power of copy, helping her clients sell more through the power of copywriting. For that, my dear Valerie, we salute you. And before we start, share us something that just few people knows about it.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me on your 10th episode. I feel super special. So something that most people don't know is growing up, I grew up in a very traditional family. We were told to follow directions and just kind of go with the flow and do what you're told, And so when I went to college and I had to take a writing class, and I went to culinary school. So writing was like, why do we have to do writing? So at the time, it didn't really interest me. I was forced to take it. And I actually failed the class because the professor didn't really care for my style of writing. So I just kind of wrote what I wanted to write about. And it was very non-traditional. So I actually still graduated with my associates and bachelor's in under 4 years. So joke's on her. So I don't know, my whole life, I was just told to do, X, Y, Z. And as I've learned and evolved and grown, I've just learned so much. And now we are such a non-traditional family, and I just feel like if you do what you're good at, you're happy doing, it will just come more naturally to you. It'll just flow so much better.
I think is if I can say something, I think is that nobody really thinks how the entrepreneurs they start their journey. But another thing is that sometimes you see people out and you never know how much they're into entrepreneurship, how much they're into starting their own businesses, their own projects, and that's one of the things I think that a lot of people don't know about Valerie, that she is full-on entrepreneur. She's always starting new ventures, new things, and I think that for sure that's something that
we just have so many great ideas. We would just sit and talk, and so many great ideas come to us, and now it's just finding the right people to implement. But that's a different subject. That's a whole different show.
That's so funny. So you fail.
I actually failed my writing class in college. Yeah, one of them. I did a couple of writing classes. And the one, she just did not care for me. And everything I did seemed to just not please her. And it was kind of a miserable class for me.
If I can say something in that, when I was growing up also, I wasn't that, I didn't like reading. I didn't like a lot of this stuff. And I think that's where I kind of got an engineering degree because I didn't like that. So I think a lot of times in college, we're not really set and know exactly where we want to go. And I think it just, sometimes it just falls in our lap.
It
You know what I
really
mean?
does.
It just knows.
It really does. I think things just fall into your lap as you mature and you learn different things and you surround yourself with other people that help grow help yourself grow. Like you said, it kind of just falls into your lap. I was never as a little girl thinking, oh, I'm going to be a copywriter. I'm going to be owning my own businesses. I didn't have that in my plan. I wanted to be a caterer. I wanted to be a chef. That's what my plan was. So, now it's just a complete opposite now of where I kind of was thinking my life was going to go.
But it's now I think as long as you do what you love doing, as long as you're entrepreneur, your community, if you actually have a passion, I think the message is, if you have a passion, no matter what you did, no matter if you went to college for 9 years to be a doctor, if you're just, it's not your passion, it's not it. Just follow your passions. I think if you got dreams, follow your dreams, follow your passions, and start one day and just don't look back. I think that's one of the main things that I can get out of this. But you know what? I love that. I love that part of talking and being in this show and trying to bring you the best exponents and the experts in the field, because, like you say, every expert, a lot of times we think our experts know everything and they started from the beginning, and a lot of times it's not that case, right? So, but entrepreneurs, community, please just follow your dreams. But on that note, I just want to really quick, guys, if you're following us on our podcast, we are on Spotify, we're on Instagram, on iTunes, we're on Google Podcast. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are starting putting some new content, new videos that you guys are gonna like. And with that, I think what do you think, Luis?
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna, for those entrepreneurs who are watching us today, they're going to see a lot of files in a long time. So definitely, that's the idea, guys. We are going to try to bring the best experts in the field so they can share their secrets, their ideas. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. We can definitely help one people to transform, or in sort of a way, his way of thinking, his way of life. We will be pleased and happy. So, Valerie, definitely, it's important when you find that niche,
Passion.
that love, that passion. That's the word.
Yes.
That passion. You just do it flawlessly,
Right.
because you're just happy doing what you like. And even though talking a little bit just changing subjects, something fast about education. Education has a lot of issues. I mean, I think actually most of entrepreneurs have a lot of like a rebel way of thinking, because definitely, as mentioned, entrepreneurs are the only race that are going to change the world. So, saying that,
Yes.
we can continue on with it.
I think, and you know what? Now you said that you started doing, you had a food truck and then you went in e-commerce. So how does this copy love kind of got into you? How does this, how did it happen? I mean, copywriting is a huge thing now, but how did it come into your life?
Well, so I had the food truck, and at that time, I didn't know I was pregnant with our third baby, and that just ended very abruptly. I think it wasn't the right time. It was a great truck, but we were trying to focus on something that I could do from home with all the kids. Something that I could manage, digitally. So that's why we kind of looked into selling on Amazon. So when we started selling on Amazon, there were just all these tricks on how to, write your features and your benefits and all that kind of things, and really just the flow of things and your headlines and how to really capture them and get your pictures and all that kind of stuff. So it was like, all right, well, I'm really good at grammar. I proofread, things just pop out at me. Like it jumps off the page. Like, hey, fix me.
Correct.
So it's like, oh, okay. So I have just learned from the beginning from that. And I have read and learned and watched videos on other people and how they do things and their tricks and tips. So it's just kind of all of that has come into now.
And that's a good thing that you mentioned that, because it's like a lot of times we think about copy. Oh my God, I gotta have a funnel. I have to have this to be able to have a copy, because otherwise it's not worth it. That's not it. copy is every post you do. Copy is every tag, every single thing that you do to promote your customer, every single thing that you even say. It can be copy is how you promote your brand, right?
Right. It's the art of persuading consumers to take a specific action.
You know
That's what it is.
What's copy to you? What is copy? For our people there, for our listeners and the people that are listening right now, a lot of times they think copy. Are we copying something? Are we just copying literally what somebody's saying? Or what is copy?
No. Copy it's not. You don't write copy. You assemble it. So it's more like a puzzle. So you have each section or piece of the copy is a piece of the puzzle. Okay. So everything is very important. You can't have a complete, sales copy with missing pieces. You can't have a complete puzzle with missing puzzle pieces. So you have to make sure you integrate all of those pieces into your copy. That way you can capture your customer, you connect with them emotionally, and you get them to go where you want them to go. So that's really what it is. It's just assembling the pieces and putting them in their correct order so that you can capture those people and connect with them.
And actually, all the companies, all those experts that has been in business for a while and they are doing well, they know the importance of copywriting. That's why they have the money to hire one of these experts, like working all the time in all their marketing advertisement, because the power of words, as I mentioned, it has transcended from the beginning of mankind. That's the power of the books, the power of knowledge. That's how we pass our knowledge to other people. But it has to come up a lot with psychology as well, because you need to know exactly what's the word, what are the colors, the size,
Right.
the way of people think that you can convert and sell more.
Correct.
With your product or your service.
Exactly. I mean, there's certain colors to attract certain types of your niche. You know, if you're in food, like I'm just know this just off the top of my head. You know, oranges are very popular in the food business because it makes you hungry. That's why grocery stores are painted for the most part like an orange or a shade of that, like a tone.
Yes.
So
blue is community. Blue is community.
That's why Facebook and other, I can't think of them off the top of my head. But, yes, that's why they are a certain color, because it triggers different things in our mind. So you definitely need to know a little bit of the psychology behind the colors and the placement of things, depending on who your customers are.
Now we're talking about copy and how now that we're understanding that copy is everything you put on a post, the copy is all that. Who really needs this? Do you think is this because I know for a fact that way back a long time ago when we got introduced to e-commerce, we wanted to get some professional copy done, and it was expensive. So who can use copy? Is copy just for like Coca-Cola or for like big major companies? Who do you think?
No. Copy is for everybody, and it really. I mean, there's the 3 different types of traffic, which you guys know is, the cold, the warm, and the hot traffic. So it's having a conversation with those people. You have to, okay, if I'm going to have a conversation with somebody who doesn't know anything about, this, how are you going to talk? You're going to talk to them a little bit differently than you're going to talk to somebody who knows you and knows what you're selling and knows their business. So you're going to have different conversations. So it's good for everybody, but you have to word it correctly and make sure that you're targeting those correct traffic.
I think, and with that, I think I heard or I read somewhere the only job for a business owner or for somebody, an entrepreneur, is really knowing who your customer is and where they are, right?
Exactly. You have to know your audience, because it's not a one size fits all. Like I said, you have to make sure that you target the correct the traffic, the cold, the warm, or the hot.
Correct. Where your customer is in that particular situation, right?
Exactly. Okay. You have to connect with them emotionally. What are their pain points? What are their problems that you're trying to solve? And
that's for sure, because I think copy is very emotional. I think it's it pretty much the customers, and nowadays our customers and the people that you're trying to, like, as a business owner to attract, I think they're really afraid, right? So I think you need to start the conversation where your customer is in their head, like exactly, right?
Right. There's actually a technique. It's a problem solving technique that I learned. And you, all right, what's their problem? And then you come up with a solution and you write down all these solutions. And the first, 5, 10 are all right, they're good ideas. But the longer your list and the more extensive it is, the deeper you'll get to connecting with them. And then you'll really pinpoint exactly what the problem is.
So that's what you
So
do?
the longer your list, the more outside the box you'll get. You'll narrow in, but you'll be more outside the box, if that makes sense to you. Right. So you'll understand them more, and you'll have a couple of different problems that you can solve, but you'll be able to target them more because you'll know the solutions. You'll have a couple of options to help with them.
Valerie, let me ask you something. So what kind of skill does a copywriter must have?
I mean, I don't have a degree. It's really just a passion for me. I think that's the number one thing. You have to have a passion for it or you won't succeed. You won't be good at something if you're forced into it. It won't be there. So to have the passion first.
What little tricks do you think that they need to know? Or what has helped you?
I read every day, and you have to look for it. You have to read and practice it. I know sometimes say practice makes perfect, but it depends on what you're practicing. If you're practicing the wrong thing, it won't be perfect. It will be permanent.
Correct.
Not perfect.
That's right.
So don't practice until you're perfect. I guess it's
because I read somewhere they and that's one of the things that I also do now, because one of the things we want to always say is like, we have these shows and we bring these experts to give you the little golden nuggets, but write them down and implement. And the same thing happens to us. Every time we are on a show or I'm on a show, I'm listening and I'm writing things down. And whenever I hear something that I can implement, I do. And that's one of the things that, for example, now that you said this, I have my email and I have a separate email. That I use to bring all normally whenever I see like a niche, my niche is like obviously entrepreneurship and I'm very into that. So whenever I see anything about that, I like to get that email set up.
Yes.
So I can read more copy. Is that something that you think they should do?
That's for the spam. That's for the spam.
Yes. It is a good idea to have either a separate email address, separate from your business and personal, or just a file that you can put everything into and save to. It's called a swipe file. So you basically are, I like this. I like the format or the setup, or I like the colors in this one, or whatever you like about it that's really grabbing your attention. Because if it grabs your attention, it most likely will grab your customer's attention. So what you do is you save those to your swipe file and you send it to your email. And then that way you start a collection and you can use those to inspire yourself, not copy word for word. It is to inspire you. So that is the goal of a swipe file.
Let me just say a quick suggestion to those people who are watching us. If you really want to try to give it a try, if this is something that you like, definitely try to follow those people. In this case, if you are good at writing and you really want to improve, you can definitely try to follow Valerie, go to Castell Media and see what she has to offer. But besides that, when you are starting your business, it's always hard. There's a lot of tasks that needs to be accomplished. So don't get overwhelmed. The idea is to find the who's, the people, so you don't go crazy with all this crazy mess. So just find these experts.
Find the people that are good at it.
Yes. I think, and if I can add a little bit to that, I think it's very, very, very important that you for sure know your superpower. You are never going to be a multi-tool. You're never going to be a person that's going to be amazing at everything. You try, and this is amazing, but you need to know what your superpower is, and what you're not good at it, you got to find the who's they're going to take you that. And I think with copy is one of the things either you are or you're not.
Right.
It's very difficult that you can fall into it. I have tried it. I have read. I read copy, and with that, I think I want to bring something really quick, and it's something that, like we said, today is our 10th episode, so we're bringing a couple things, and I want to just show you something right here. I don't know, Luis. Do you think you want to tell us something what this is to our audience and see what this is?
Oh my God, that would be something. What is that? Like a prize? Or
I
something?
don't know.
What's inside the box? It says secrets. Maybe I think it's something like this. Can you see? Can you see my image?
Oh wow, I see it. I see it.
I got mine, bro.
But this one is in a box and is still closed
for you.
in and is ready. I'm wondering why it's not out. What do you think? You want to tell everybody why?
You think it's gonna be like for who? I don't know. For who's gonna be?
So for sure. I'm sorry about that.
That's what happens with live.
That's what happened with lives.
We're gonna tell you a little bit more about definitely what we're gonna do with that awesome book that we have. But before that, I'm gonna go into Spanish a little bit, and te queremos también tomar un minuto para decirte que si estás necesitando del mejor vendedor que trabaja 24/7, que nunca toma vacaciones, que su único objetivo es vender y vender, no busques más. Lo que tú necesitas es un funnel o embudo digital, y para eso tenemos a los mejores en copy creation and funnel creation. The copy queen in Castell Media, the traffic agency. That is so awesome, people. So if you need somebody who works 24/7 for you, you definitely need a funnel, a digital funnel. 24/7.
I think we talked
copywriting.
Yes.
Go and look on lecastellmedia.com, guys. Go for it.
That's who we use. Yes.
Yeah, have the copy work for you. Like that's the job. That's what it's meant to do.
I think
It's meant to be the salesperson when you are not present.
So would that be like the secret machine that can work for me 24/7 even when I'm sleeping?
Absolutely.
That is-
You are not going to be in front of your customer 24/7. So let your copy work for you. That's the whole point of it, is to hook them, get the headline, make it jump out at them and capture them. And then they can read or watch a video or whatever you have. And it will further explain all of the features and benefits and really connect with them. You can really connect with people through words, even if you're not face to face with them. You can still have that emotional connection.
Well, I guess it's easier for you to say than for me to say, because I tried it. I can't do it. I mean, I read copy and I read how you change our funnels and things, and I can't do it. I just know my power, right?
No, but that's the thing. As you mentioned it before, Diego, you have to find your expert.
That's right.
Let's leave that work to Valerie.
That's right.
And she loves doing it.
I do. I enjoy it. I wish I had more time to read, but with 4 kids, it's a little time consuming, and then I'm tired at the end of the night. So I try to wake up at 5 so I can get an hour and a half of reading in before everybody wakes up. So,
Correct.
you have to
find a passion for it. You know what I mean?
Find a passion.
And I think that's one of the things that work great for you.
Yeah.
This passion that you have for copy, and it translate into what you read a lot of times, and be able to do that. And I love when you can go to bed and wake up and see extra zeros in your bank account, extra money going in. Yeah. And for sure that little, there's an app that you get your sale. So every guy you get bleems your sounds whenever you make a sale. I love that too. So copy is
let me point something out. For those who hasn't heard much about copywriting has converted millions of dollars. So it would be definitely, this is part of the puzzle.
Right.
But it's so important because this is what's going to convert. This is what's going to make you sell your product or your services. And definitely the next day when you woke up, what do you think is going to happen in your bank account if you do it right, when you find the experts? Because just don't get overwhelmed. Find the who's.
Right.
Definitely is way easier.
I mean, there are ways to implement things for yourself, but like he said, if you're overwhelmed, find your who. There are some tips if you want to
Yeah. Tell us. Give us some tips.
You can kind of give yourself a self-assessment. A little checklist of things. Do I have this? So if you are making your website or a funnel, there's 4 like towers. It's like the foundation of a castle. So the first one would be your promise of benefits. I guess first we should probably discuss what the difference between a feature and a benefit is before I go on. Okay.
Yeah.
So a feature is what something is.
Okay.
This is a microphone.
Correct.
The benefit is what it does.
Correct.
Okay. It amplifies your voice.
Okay. It transmits your voice or amplifies it. Yeah.
What does that mean? So you have a feature, a benefit, and the meaning. That's the emotional connection. So the feature is what it is, like I said. The benefit is what it will do for you, how it can help you. And the meaning is so that you can have a successful podcast, so that you can get your voice, out to the masses. It's so you have those 3. That's like the formula. It's feature plus benefit plus your meaning.
Okay.
And that meaning is you can
emotional.
That's the emotional connection that you have, that you can bring it back. Hey, so that you can have a successful podcast, so that you can do this or this, you have to connect that.
Because I think, and we keep bringing the fact of emotion, because I think we are beings of emotional beings.
Yes.
And I think we either anything we do is connected to an emotion. We buy, and nowadays, this is pretty much the capitalist world that we live a lot of times. The fact that we buy things for emotion. A lot of times now we just buy something because it makes us feel better and better. And it actually, the feature of what we're buying, sometimes it just makes you feel better, and that's why we buy it. So emotionally, that's one of the main things, right?
Mm-hmm. It's actually when the meaning also goes to that. It's a future pacing is what it's called, which is also another word for like visualization.
Okay.
So you help the customer visualize what life is going to be like after they buy this or after they get your services. So imagine,
Correct.
What your life is going to be like after
Correct.
you have this.
Correct.
And what a life-changing thing is this going to do for you?
Correct.
So when you bring that all together, this is what it is, here's what it does, it's going to make your life better.
Okay.
So you have to have that emotional connection, and that's a visualization. That's a future pacing, so that people can,
What do you say?
Wow, I can imagine my life 30 pounds later, or, healthier and stronger, or, you have to put that visualization, because visualization is such a powerful tool.
Yes.
So if you visualize yourself doing XYZ, you will get there. You have to put that in your head and visualize yourself actually doing it.
And I think what you're saying also is that you have to put your clients to visualize themselves with a product, with a service, and with a benefit of it.
What is that going to do for you? Are you a photographer? Great. Look, I'm a photographer. I will take great pictures of your family and friends. What does that mean for you? You will have lifelong memories captured without you having to stress over,
the camera and all this stuff. Correct.
So let me take that stress off of you. So that's how you come, you put all of those 3 things together, that formula.
What are the pillars you were talking about?
Oh, so that was one of them, the future pacing, the visualization. The other one are the benefits. That's what we were going through is, so you have to show that, you got to promise your benefits. You have to make sure that it's going to do what it's going to say.
Correct.
You can't put out a product and say, hey, it's going to do this, and it's not. That loses trust.
And I think that's one of the things also that we have to touch, right, Luis? The fact that we have to make sure our products, our things, our work, they're actually good products. You know what I mean? For
Quality.
more quality, I think there's nothing better than knowing that you're selling something that you would buy it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the primary thing that we do with anything with Luis, right? Even the show that we do, we want to make sure it's the best we can do it for our customers, our audience.
Right. So the second, tower, the pillar, would be your proof. And this can be testimonials. It can be stats. If you are newer and you maybe don't have those testimonials, you can do stats to fill in that part. But you need to have some sort of story or proof that you've been through there, that situation. I was doing one recently for a funnel for someone who, grew up with a really sad story, and he transformed himself. So you have to show that's their proof. That's I was here, I did this, now I'm here.
Correct.
This can be
Yeah, definitely. I
how
think
you
it's
do
important
too.
to share the story,
Exactly.
so people can try to understand that not every, because what people just see is that when you are at the top, but right beneath that, there's a long way that he had to endure and walk through it to make it happen,
Absolutely.
and that story needs to be revealed so people can penetrate with the author in this case.
Right.
It's also important that people, as you mentioned, make them dream. But I wouldn't say make them dream. It's just about remembering their dreams,
Right.
because that's the perspective that they wanted to find their future, a better future for them. It's good to just to let them know that it is possible. We can make it happen. And nowadays, with all the digital tools that we have in this world, with the internet access, is the time is no there's no better time for the entrepreneurs to go out in life.
Right.
Yeah, story. I think is such a powerful thing.
Right. You wouldn't want to just post like for weight loss. You wouldn't just want to post your after picture. You got to show that you've been through that situation before. Hey, you know what? I was overweight. I was unhealthy, eating out 5 days a week or whatever. You have to show that transformation. You have to be able to prove,
Correct.
either,
path.
like I said, through yourself, through photos or through stats. If you're newer and you're like, I haven't quite gotten that yet, but so that was.
So Valerie, I have just a quick question. So what would you say for the people who's asking, for example, what is a conversion, and why is so important? What is a conversion?
Well, conversion is taking someone who is a potential customer who kind of, I'm thinking about it. I'm not quite sure if I really want to, pull the trigger yet and buy it. A conversion is when that person goes from that state to,
Customer.
you know what? I'm doing it. I clicked the button. I bought it. There. That's the conversion. It's taking someone who's just not quite sure, not quite ready, and closing that deal.
Push it until they closing.
Just giving them some more. Either they need a little bit more information, a little more. Maybe there's just something missing. You put in those right words or at the right spot in your funnel or in your website, and it's like, oh, you know what? That's it. That's what I needed. That little extra push, that little extra inspiration to get me going. So, a conversion is a closed deal. That's what it is.
We like close deals.
And I want to give just a quick example that everybody's going to agree with me. When you are on your phone, like on Instagram, and you're just scrolling up or scrolling down, and you see like a huge headline that definitely sets itself apart. That's copywriting. That's one of the keys. So what they are trying to do is to hook you, so you can get into the funnel.
Yes.
And then so they will introduce, they will show you what they have. But that's the power of copywriting, guys. Everybody had an experience with this, just scrolling down on Instagram, Facebook, and then boom, you found something amazing rather than with a huge headline.
Right.
That's copywriting. That's how you sell.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Headlines are it's one of the most important parts of the sales copy. Like I said, there's pieces, but headline is kind of it's like I don't know, it's like one of the major pieces of the puzzle. So you definitely don't want to waste your time targeting the wrong people. So your headlines need to capture them and really jump out of the page, like, hey,
Correct.
Here I am.
Yes,
so.
yes. And right here, if you guys ever need, I keep putting it right here, right here is a book that is going to tell you, it talks about exactly that point, conversion, and be able to get a customer from a potential into a sale. And that is pretty much such a good book, right? Such a good book.
Yes.
That's one of the best that's one of the best books that you can ever have if you are an entrepreneur. And to be entered in this raffle, please look this post, follow Spanish Hackers, and tag 3 friends that you will think they will get benefit from this.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Just like and subscribe to this post. And then if you know anybody they would be beneficial, they would benefit about knowing copy and having how to move traffic through their website and learning this thing, just share 3 people. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna see, and we're gonna send you this book, Traffic Secret, completely free wherever you are in the world. We're gonna send it to you.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Estamos en Apple Tunes, Google Podcasts, en Spotify. Estamos también en Instagram y en Facebook para que puedan saber un poquito más de la comunidad.
Eso es cierto. Y síganos en nuestro website en www.spanishhackers.com. Tenemos ahí muchísimas cosas chéveres. Tenemos muchos de nuestros funnels donde ustedes pueden ver el trabajo where you guys can see pretty much on www.spanishhackers.com. You can actually see all our funnels, all our things. We're still kind of working on a little thing, but it should be up pretty soon. Yeah, with that, what do you think, Luis? What do you think, Luis, we should do with the book? We're gonna give him how long? We're gonna give him a couple days, a day.
You want to set the date?
I think I want to put 24 hours. What do you think? We see how many comments, how many likes we can get in 24 hours, and we're gonna send it. What do you think?
We gotta make them suffer a little bit more than that, bro.
Really? What do you think?
I think I will say let's make it 15 days to see how it goes. You think?
Okay.
What do you think, Valerie?
I think that's a long time. Maybe a week?
A week? All right, let's go in the middle. She's our guest.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
let's do a week, do the raffle, and then you guys can take the names who say, I'm in.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
all you gotta
comment down below and say, I'm in. And then they'll know to take your name.
And like.
Put it in a hat. Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment the 3 people.
Yes.
Tag 3 people also.
But we also, because like I said in the beginning, this is our episode number 10. We have something bigger than that. If you think that book and we're going to send you everything free and everything, wait and see. You got to stay till the end because we got the copy queen is going to tell you something that you're going to love, that you're going to really enjoy.
I'm all ears.
So you know, we're going to wait. We're going to leave that for the end though. We're going to leave that for the end. What do you think? Just to do a little recap, guys. So we have talked about the tips. If you guys, we have given you some tips, the 4 pillars like Valerie uses, you know, for sure, know your clients, know who your customers, know who they are, know what their set mind is, because you got to understand people are very emotional. So it's got copy. Every single thing that you do, it needs to have some emotion, a story in it. Right. She also mentioned the 4 pillars, which is pretty much the promise of benefit. The promise of benefit. You also talk about the proof. Also talk about the future passing. The future. Correct. I'm sorry.
It's hard to put together. Future pacing or visualization.
And everything also is gonna have to have also a call of action. That's very important, right?
Yes, that was my last one. Was the call to action? It's the push. So, but we did already go over that. It's important, even the placement of it, not just to have it. It's where to put it. Everything is very much about placement, spacing. You know, how's it going to look and where is it going to be so that your customers will find it easy too. So you can't just have it in a weird spot. You have to, you know, have it in a couple of different places and make sure you get to them the right way.
That's right.
Valerie, what would be your suggestion for people who's gonna follow your lead? People who likes about the copy?
If they like copy and they want to do it themselves, I would say read everything you can, listen to videos, find a coach or a mentor, someone that's been doing it. And you can have people critique your work if you need to. You can have people look over your work. You can also just practice. I mean, write copy. Just the more you practice good copy, I should say.
Walk around with it.
Right. Yes. Walk around with it. They say that if you walk around as you're kind of reading your copy, reading your website, walk around with it, because if you are too out of breath, it's too long, or you need to break it up or put it into bullet form.
It's not making sense.
Right. You need to change it. So test it. You know, take your phone, pull up your site or your funnel and read it while you're walking around, because
that's going to make sense, because
it will help make sense. And read it out loud. You have to read it out loud, because it will, once you say it and read it and listen, it makes sense. And if it will pop out to you if something is missing. If there's a word missing, you're not just skimming. You're actually saying the word, so you'll catch it. You'll catch your mistakes better.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect, Valerie. So what will be where can people find you?
Ooh, they can find me on Facebook. My link will be down below, but I'm under Castell Media. And I'm also have my website, castellmedia.com. And
Well, all over
you
Facebook.
can, I was going to say, if you need to contact me or anything, my Facebook page has, you can book an appointment through there too.
So there too. Cool.
Or on the website. Yep.
Cool. But now that you said something, you were now for our listeners and for the people they are interested in, you were talking about maybe doing something special. You want to tell them more about him?
Yes. So if those who are interested, if you want to comment down below, I'm in. Like I said, we'll pull a name from the hat, and you will be we'll pick those names. We'll pick one name from the hat, and you can have a full assessment of your funnel or website, and some extra help from yours truly. the
Wow,
Coffee Queen.
that's pretty good.
Wow, that's
Yes.
awesome.
I mean,
Yes.
Super valuable.
we paid $5,000 for that. So can I be entered on that?
Nope. Too
No,
late.
no saving on that.
I'm gonna send all my family to do it.
Yeah.
So there you go, community. If you have a business, if you have anything in a website that you need help, that you is not your superpower, that you need some help with an expert, please don't forget. Like right now, the Copy Queen is actually giving it for free, just for what do you want to do? 24 hours?
24 hours. The first people to comment down below,
Oh,
I'll pick someone from there, and we can
start-
go from there. So yeah, full assessment of your funnel, and then we can have a little a chat afterwards, and we can go from there.
Amazing. So please,
And this-
I can see it all there coming in.
Yeah, there's something I just want to remark is that just so you know, the Copy Queen Valerie, she also has a team in Spanish. So if you need your funnel, your copy in Spanish, do not hesitate and try to find her.
Yes,
right.
because I think it's the Copy Queen and her teams.
And you know what? And you know what? That's also super important, because when we get the chance with Diego this year that we went to FHL in Nashville, there was a lot of experts and exponents that they know about the importance of investing in the Spanish industry,
Right.
because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of people that's going to flow with it. So that's another key, guys. Definitely, if you need your funnel, your thing, go into the Spanish. Do not hesitate. She is the right person to go for it.
Why? Thank you.
Already. Well, with that, what do you think, Luis? I think this we have given a lot of golden nuggets. A lot of people. Please don't forget, we're having all these raffles, all these things for you guys, because we're interested in not just saying it. We're gonna bring it to you. We want to make sure you guys get these same books we read, because it's so important you prepare yourself, right? And with that, what do you think?
Yeah, you have to keep learning, keep growing, keep practicing, and just do what you love to do. I mean, it's really that simple. Once you do what you love to do, it will come so much easier and better for you. You'll have better results.
Yes, my people, for those entrepreneurs, constant improving. That's key to succeed. So please, going forward, find those people, keep reading, keep being passionate. Find your expertise and go for it. Don't waste time, because time is the only thing that we don't have it. So just find the who's if you are into the entrepreneur. And with that, Diego, Valerie, we thank you for being with us today. It would be our pleasure. Just for the people who's listening to us, we are partnered with Castell Media, and they are our official copywriting company. Valerie, she is the copy queen. She has helped a lot of entrepreneurs, and
With that,
with that, guys, the
Thank
only
you so
thing
much
that
for
I have to
having
say-
me.
Thank you, Valerie.
Happy time.
Just remember that you are the average of the five people you are with. And today
you were with with Valerie, Luis, and Diego. So keep looking for those experts. They're gonna bring you closer and closer to your goals to succeed in life, in the freedom.
don't forget to follow us, guys. We'll see you on the next episode.
Woo! Thank you.
Can we take it back?